Good evening. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing a book stack of some newly acquired books that I have found in library book sales or at thrift stores, and I thought I would share that with you tonight. So that's what we have to look forward to this evening. Some books that I haven't read before, some that I have, and we'll kind of just talk about them. So I thought I'd share with you what I have recently acquired. Um, so let me get all of this technology going. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'll be able to see all of your comments tonight because, oh my goodness, I felt so bad last week. I felt terrible. In fact, I was so frustrated last week that I couldn't see your comments and that I couldn't get the technology that I took an unintended break from social media over the weekend because I was just so irritated um, at how that had gone. So, needless to say, I am over that and ready to jump back into doing this, but we'll just roll with it. So, if you are here, I would love to say hello. So, if you want to say hi in the comments, want to tell me what kind of tea you're drinking tonight, we'll start with tea. Um, Oh my goodness, hello. You're s good okay, AM Lily, is your name Amanda? I can't remember what your name is. Tell me your name. But AM Lily is here. She's excited to be joining me tonight. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for saying hello. Um, so I wanted to tell you, my tea tonight. Do you guys ever do this with your tea? Around the handle, I like to let me show you. I've got it tied up right now. But when I put a tea bag into my cup, I like to put it like this, and then I like to twist it around the handle like this and kind of overlap it underneath. Can you see how I'm doing that? So that it's not a knot, but it kind of like twists. That way, when you're pouring the tea in from the kettle, this tag part doesn't fall into the cup. And then when you're ready to take it out, you can just like do a little untwisting kind of thing. Does anybody else do that? Have you guys ever seen that before? I don't know where I got it. I think I just kind of did it myself. But it is Amanda. Awesome. I'm glad you're here, Amanda. Amanda is drinking pineapple mango green tea. That sounds perfect for summer. Yummy. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to take my tea bag out of here. I have this little tea bag holder so that when I take it out, I have somewhere to place it. So I got that all ready because I wanted to show you guys how I did that with my tea bag. Has anybody else done that before? Hello. Oh, yay, I can see comments from YouTube. REF is drinking licorice spice tea tonight. Awesome. That sounds lovely. You'll have to let me know how that is. I would love to hear how it is. I have a You're Doing Great tonight to remind myself um, that it's been a week, but it's okay. We're settling in here. I'm just glad to be taking a deep breath with you guys tonight. I had a rather hectic week. And with a lot on my mind to the point where I was forgetting things that I should not have been forgetting. And so I'm just glad to be able to sit down, have some tea, chat about some books tonight. So Karen is here. Hello, Karen. She's drinking the butterfly pea tea again. That sounds lovely. Karen, the last time you shared that, I had another viewer ask me, what was that tea that she shared? Because she just thought it sounded so cool. So I had to go back and watch what you had written and then we looked it up and it looked delicious. So that sounds awesome as well. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I'm glad to be here with you tonight. Tonight, I thought I would share. So I've recently gone to some thrift stores and a library book sale, and I thought that. I would share with you just some of the books that I found. I haven't read them, so some of them I have, but most of them I haven't. So you'll have to give me your feedback about what you think of these books. So Teresa's here. Teresa's on YouTube, so I can share her her comments. Hello, Teresa. I'm glad I can see your comment tonight. Oh, I felt so bad last week when I missed all of the YouTube comments. Like I was saying, because I was so upset with how that went, I like took a break from social media. I was like, I'm done with this for a couple days. Can't deal with that. So Megan is here and drinking Bengal spice again. We all have our favorites, right? In the evening. Mine is a Midsummer Night's tea. It's a floral black tea from Harney and Sons. This is taken, they're using the Shakespeare's Globe inspiration. Um, for that tea. This is a Harney and Sons tea. And so I just used my last one of that tonight. So, but I thought that would be perfect. Midsummer Nights for July. I thought that'd be fun. All right. Are we ready to get into the books? I'm going to share with you. So, like I said, you'll have to tell me what you think. So, the first one that I have here is Rosamunde Pilcher's September. September's coming up sooner rather than later. And when that caught my eye, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to get it. So I always hear Jen from Jen's Reading Life talking about Rosamunde Pilcher. So far, I think I read. Is Jen here tonight? I'm afraid to say this in front of Jen, but I've only read half of the Shell Seekers. I know that's one of her favorites, but I only read half of it, and I never returned to it. I wouldn't quite say that I DNF'd it, but I just never got back to it. It wasn't holding on to me. So someday I hope to get back to it, but I know she has spoken highly of this one. And so I thought maybe I'll give Rosamund Pilcher another try. Um, and September is coming up. So I've got that. I've got that in my pile. How about you guys? Have you ever read Rosamund Pilcher? What do you guys think? This one or any of the other ones that you guys like? I didn't even know about her before I started following Jen. So that is one that I'm looking forward to looking into. Okay, this next one. I have never heard of this author before. I have never heard of this title before. I have no idea whether I can recommend this book or not, but I'm going to share with you what I found at the library book sale. And this one is called A House of Her Own. You can probably guess why I picked it up. Anything with house in the title, I'm probably going to grab. So this one says 4 generations of talent women. I think that's their last name. Their men, children, and servants live through extraordinary times in an extraordinary house. So, um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see about it. On the back, it says, I guess I looked it up and it says historical fiction, historical romance. So the year is 1852, and Brooklyn seems worlds away from the bustle of Manhattan. But it is in Brooklyn Heights that a house is built for an independent, strong willed Amy Benedict Talent, a house to be as substantial as her new marriage. Yet the house would prove to be more enduring. So, it's a panoramic novel of 140 years of the life of a remarkable family in their brownstone. So, so I don't know. I like I said, if it leans more towards romance than a family history, um, it probably won't be for me. But we shall see. But it said house in there, so I had to pick that up. Amanda says that she hasn't read her, but she has a whole collection. So you must be holding on to them, right? Because you've heard the name and you want to read it. Megan said she tried Shell Seekers on audio, but decided she needed to pick up the physical book. I wonder if maybe that's where I was at, Megan, because I too listened to it on audio and got about halfway through. And that's when I didn't finish it. So I wonder if I too need the physical book, because there is something about holding a book in your hands that I mean, physical book is my preference. Not that I don't listen to audiobooks or read ebooks, but I do prefer to hold it in my hands. There's something about the experience of reading. Somebody told me recently that they were thinking that it was physical copies of books were kind of going away. And dying out. And I was like, no, I don't think so. There's still so many people that like to hold books and read them. So that's a good idea, Megan. I may have to pick it up physically too. They're just such big books that I thought, maybe with the audio I could get further while I was doing other things. But maybe it's one of those ones where I have to do kind of a slow read a little bit at a time. So that is a good idea. I might try that as well. So, all right, that was that one. Rebecca is here. Hello, Rebecca. Rebecca says, Rosamund Pilcher is an author that you should like, but she just hasn't worked for you. You've read 3 of her books, and you can see why people enjoy her, but her characters just aren't for me, or for you. So this is interesting. This is very interesting. See, now like I said, I tried half of the Shell Seekers. I did try to read, I wanna say it was Coming Home, I can't remember, and I didn't get far in that one either, so I'm gonna keep trying, because I feel like I should, like her too, maybe if I just need to get in a little further, we'll see, I'm gonna keep trying, so, alright, the next one on my list is Pollyanna. I got this at Goodwill, so it wasn't a very beautiful copy, but I don't have one for my shelves. And so, of course, this is a classic. We all know Pollyanna, right? And I felt like I really just needed one to have on my shelf. And when I saw it, I picked it up. Um, and have to put it on the shelf. I may put it next to Understood Betsy, because Pollyanna was one of the books that I recommended when I did Understood Betsy in my very first book box. Pollyanna was one of the other books that I recommended as like, if you like this, you might like Pollyanna too. So that I had to add to my shelf. This is some of my middle grade over here. So I'm gonna have to. Right here is Understood Betsy, so I'm gonna have to put Pollyanna right there. My shelves are getting can you guys see these piles of books? I styled my shelves in a certain way, and then I just kept getting more books. So I'm gonna have to restyle them because I have them all kinda see how I have these ones here tucked in, and I've got these ones up here tucked in. They add character, right? But I'm gonna have to restyle the shelves. So I'm gonna take a sip of my tea and read some of your comments here. So Megan says she frequently can't get into a book unless she has the physical book. Even the Kindle is a struggle. Yeah, it is harder for me. You know what I like about physical books is, oh, I said I was gonna take a sip. Hold on. What I like about physical books is, let's say, you know, you're here and you're reading and they mention a name of a character or something and you're like, wait, who was that again? And you kind of like you remember how far back you were reading and you can flip, oh, that was like 3 pages back, and you can go and find it. With the Kindle, I find that I just really can't do that. It's really hard. Or perhaps there's this one doesn't have it, but sometimes there's a like a map in the front of it, or some kind of diagram in the front of it that they say, oh, the drawing room was, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, wait, where was the drawing room again? And then you have to go back and you have to look at it. Or maybe you want to see like the chapter headings or what, like how many chapters or where you're at. And then you can just flip right to the table of contents. And I know the Kindle has it where you can kind of like go up there and do it, but it's just not the same. You can't be like, wait, what was that again? I think that was maybe like 5 pages back. And so that's why I like to have Megan is saying, yes, that's your problem exactly with the Kindle. So that's how I feel about physical books. So hopefully physical books are not on their way out. If I have anything to do with it, they won't be. So that's how I feel about that. Um, Karen is saying she loves Pollyanna. Amanda too. Pollyanna is one of her favorites. Lovely. Pollyanna is just such a lovely story. I love the uplifting hopefulness of it. So wonderful. Well, I've already showed you the next one on my list, and this is the Miss Marple, the complete short stories. I didn't have a Miss Marple for my shelf, and I found this at I did went to a library book sale, and they had everything like in the rooms, but this particular library has a whole room with shelves and like these shelves and these armoires and things like that, and little baskets and on displays that they have there all the time. And that's what the Friends of the Library at this particular library does. And so, in addition to their quarterly like hall, like library hall book sale, they have also like this little room that's perpetually open. And so after I went into where all the tables were, I went into this cute little room, and that's where I found this one on one of their shelves there. And I thought, I do not have a Miss Marple for my shelves, and I need to get that. So the complete short stories of Miss Marple I now have. And with short stories, you can just kind of like dip into it. So I'm going to put it on my mystery shelf. And when I feel in need of a short mystery, There it is. So that is another one that I'm adding to my shelf. Megan says that's why she's a book collector. Her kids can donate all they don't want to. Right? You got to have them with you. All right. And then last up, this is the last one that I got at the most recent library book sale. And this is Aunt Dimity and the Widow's Curse. So I have not read Aunt Dimity, but I have heard of this one. And so I had to snag it. This one apparently is one of the later ones. So I may have to hold off on it because I want to read some of the earlier ones first to kind of get the lay of the land. I don't know whether these are ones do any of you guys know? Do these have to be read in order? I don't mind reading them out of order as long as they don't have like some kind of, necessary information ahead of time. From what I read, Aunt Dimity has already passed away, and there is I guess it's her niece who kind of takes the lead on the investigations, and Aunt Dimity helps her. And so I don't know if it's kind of like a supernatural thing. Like I really don't know because I have not read but supposedly they're very cozy. Supposedly each one has a recipe to put in here. So I'm looking right now just to see. Oh yeah, sure enough, there's a recipe right here in the back for Minnie's melting moments. What do we think those are? Are they cookies? Flour, cornstarch, confectioner's sugar, butter. Oh, it sounds kind of like a candy or something. Um, Although it says dough, so and you put it on a cookie sheet, so I don't know. But each one has a recipe, it says. And this one I don't know. Megan is saying she has Aunt Dimity on her shelf, but she hasn't read any yet. Yeah, I don't know if this is one you have to start at the beginning to kind of get the lay of the land, or if you can kind of dip in and out of it. Does anybody know? If you're here and you know, let us know. We would like to but this one says, I think she started yeah, see, look at all these. This is like all the antimities that come before this. So this one is a little bit later. Um, so I'm going to put that on my shelf. I had to grab it because I just thought at first I liked the purple, and second I recognized Antimity. So I was like, I'm going to add that one to my shelf, but we shall see. All right. The next one I have. So, and tell me if you've ever heard of this author. I have heard exactly one person ever talk about this author. And when I looked him up, I found that he wrote like over 100 books and he was very prolific and he had a lot of titles and I had not heard of him before. So tell me if you have ever heard of Louis L'Amour. Um, he writes apparently Western stories, some of them historical fiction. I don't know if all of them are historical fiction, but this says in peerless fiction spanning 5 decades and as many continents, Louis L'Amour has proven himself the preeminent storyteller of the American experience. Whether set aboard a ship trapped in enemy seas or amidst a showdown in the deserts of Death Valley, his stories brilliantly capture the heroic and indomitable spirit of our great land. And the person that I heard, oh, I guess this is a picture of him on the back. And the YouTuber that I heard about Louis L'Amour from was on the channel Woldenburn Reads. I'm sorry, Emily. I always always struggle over saying that. But Emily is the one who does those videos, and she recommends Louis L'Amour, and she has on multiple occasions recommended him. I've never read anything by him, nor had I heard of him before her recommendation. But she speaks very highly of his books, specifically, I think, the Western books. And from some of the research that I was doing, it looks like some of his books are made into movies too. So as you can see, I got it for 50 cents. So I got it for a deal. But as soon as I saw that author's name, I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab that because Emily says he's good. And so I trust her judgment. I'm going to give it a chance. So I don't think I've ever read any Western books before. So that's a new one for me. But something new that I would like to try here. Um, Amanda says that she's heard of him but hasn't tried any of his books. Megan, likewise, although she thinks her grandpa read Louis L'Amour, and Karen said her grandma loved his westerns. So he must be very well loved. I don't know. I I've never heard of him before, but like I said, I'm willing to give him a chance because Emily spoke so highly of him. So sounds like you guys have heard of him at least. So that's lovely. Um and it's large print, so it's probably not very long because the large print is so, which I'm starting to need large prints in some cases, so that'll be lovely to be able to to be able to read. So, all right. Some others that I got. So this one I got from Goodwill, and I don't know if this will be any interest to you guys, but it was to me. This one is called Business Boutique by Christy Wright. When I had the first inklings of starting Small Home Comforts as a business. This is the first book I read. So this is a woman's guide for making money doing what she loves. And it just kind of, Christy Wright helps people set up their small businesses and get them going. So like right at the beginning, I would read that a lot. So when I saw that on the shelf, I got it out of the library when I was first starting, but when I saw that on the shelf, um, I thought, you know what? I want to have that for my own library. So something that, I don't know if that's universally liked, but I found it from another Instagrammer um, who shared that. So you never know when you share something that you like, other people may need it too. So if any of you are starting a business, I recommend that book. Rebecca says she just bought a bunch of Louis L'Amour books for at your thrift store. Nice. You read his memoir. Oh, I love memoirs. And that was excellent. And your grandpa used to love his novels. I love everybody's grandparents loved these. I mean, he must be so enduring, right? In order to have lasted that long, when I was looking up his bibliography, it just kept going on and on. Like I couldn't even read all the titles. It just kept going and going and going. So his titles must just really be quite enduring. So I'm excited. I'm excited to have found it. Yeah, awesome. Okay, this is the last book, although I have a couple other. Oh, Teresa here. Teresa's grandfather too enjoyed his westerns. I can't say the same. I don't know that my grandfather, either one of my grandfathers, ever read one of his, but I love it. I love how you guys know of him. That's amazing. All right, last book that I have to share with you tonight, and you might laugh, but you're gonna know immediately why I bought it. Are you guys ready for this? This one is Home Comforts, The Art and Science of Keeping House. You guys, anything that says home comforts, I'm in. I got this out of the library, years and years ago. But this is really just a reference book. This is not like a sit down and read kind of book. Um, but this is a very like practical way of keeping house, and she gives all these tips and tricks, and it's kind of fun to see how other people do it and get some tips and tricks. And it says all sorts of things, routines, and home cooking, having china and crystal, think fit pantries, fireplaces, how to take care of laundry, all that kind of stuff. It's just like very practical, like a reference book. And I don't even know if I will read it or not, but I had to have it have it on my shelf simply because of the title. And I love reference books anyway. Does anybody else have this one or have you seen it? Um, oh yeah, Amanda says she does have this one and she just loves it. I had to have it. And it's always fun to have like a little reference book, like, how would you get that kind of stain out of the laundry or whatever, how would you how window glass accidents and garage doors. I mean, right? Just so practical. Um, kind of fun. I had to grab it when I saw it at Goodwill. Okay. I also have not books, but um audiobooks that were at the library sale, and I'll just kind of quickly show you what I found. They are on CD. So usually when we do audiobooks these days, the kids and I are listening to it digitally. But I was so thrilled to find some of these on CD because I thought, you know what? It's easy to pop one in, and some of them you can't even find very easily. And the first one that you can't find very easily is this one right here. It's got like a thing on it, so I'm just going to hold it like this. But Swallows and Amazons, oh my gosh, you guys, I read this out loud to the kids a couple years ago, and I will say that Swallows and Amazons, while it's an excellent story, it is difficult to read out loud. I found it to be so. I found myself wanting to just stop reading aloud and sit there and read through the book quietly in my head. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was the language or the sentence structure. I really don't know why I was struggling with reading it out loud, but it was not just like flowing for me. I did get through it because we enjoyed the story so much. I think what I, like I said, I really wanted to just sit there and read it because the story was just so amazing. And then when I found this, I was like, oh my gosh, now we can listen to the story together. And I don't have to stumble over the sentences. So I was thrilled, and it's an unabridged one, which I always look for as well. So I was super happy about that one. Um, oh, Amanda's saying it's a great coffee table book, the Home Comforts book. It is. It's perfect just for like reference, to flip through. Karen says it's on her list. Awesome. Love that. All right. Next one I have here is Ballet Shoes by Noel Streatfeild. Okay, you guys. So I have confessed this before, I think only once, but I have never read a Noel Streatfeild book. It is on my list to do. I am sure I'm going to love it, but I still haven't gotten that. So here's a question for you. So I have been batting this around in my head for my next year. I'm already thinking about next year. You know how I do like a read through the year? I was thinking either Noel Streatfeild. She has 12 kind of like I don't know if they're romances or young adult something. But I kind of wanted to read the kids' books, but I was looking for like 12 of something, and I want to start reading her. So I was thinking about possibly doing her, or one of my readers suggested the Miss Read books. There's 12 of those. So those are the two that I am batting around in my head for reading through next year. So let me know what you think. I know it's not even close to next year, but I was just starting to, kind of scope out ideas. So let's see. But Ballet Shoes, I'm looking forward to listening to that with my kids. And Megan says that she owns this one on Audible. The Shoes books are so good. This is what I've heard. I cannot wait. Like, well, obviously I can wait because I have been waiting, but I really want to get into reading these Noel Streatfeild books. Um, of course, I know them originally from the You've Got Mail, um, but you would think that they would have been on my radar before that, and for some reason they just weren't. So I do not know. Megan said she listened to audio from Libby while reading on the page. Oh, you found Swallows and Amazons on Libby? I could not find it when I was looking for it. That's interesting to know. I wonder if your library has it and mine doesn't. Perhaps that's right. Perhaps that's why, but I could not find it. Um, Amanda says she loves misread. I know I've read a few misreads, but I haven't read them all. And so I thought, ooh, that might be it. Well, one of my readers, one of my subscribers suggested it to me. So I don't know. I'm thinking about that one too. We'll see. We'll see. The Shoes books are so good, Megan says, and she did read the Shoes books as a kid. Yeah, I don't know how I missed them. I missed the Shoes books, and I missed Betsy Tacy. And I remedied Betsy Tacy, but the Shoes book I still have on my TBR. So here's another one that I got on CD, Greek Myths, the Doular's book of Greek Myths. This one we have read together with the kids, but I think that this would be a good one for the kids to have just to kind of like dip in and out of it. These are like short stories of Greek gods and goddesses and other myths that they have. This one is more Tales of Uncle Remus. I wish I could have found the original like Tales of Uncle Remus, but this is the only one that they had. I have the book that I have not read to the kids yet. But I thought it might be fun to listen to that together. So Tales of Uncle Remus. Brer Rabbit is the wiliest trickster of any of the other animals that they have come up against. For example, when Brer Rabbit falls in love with one of Miss Meadow's daughters, he tricks the poor girl into marrying him. More mischief occurs when Brer Rabbit fools Brer Fox into running through a thicket full of hornets. So he sounds kind of like a little prankster there. So anyway, I thought that might be a fun one for the kids. And then last but not least is James Herriot, Treasury for Children. Um, Nice, gentle, quiet stories. Obviously, this is, All Creatures Great and Small, the author of All Creatures Great and Small. So children have always found a delightful friend in James Herriot. His award-winning stories for young readers bring the farmyard world of Herriot's Yorkshire to vibrant life. These stories comprise a wondrous Herriot menagerie, a family listening treasure which multiple generations are sure to enjoy. So I snagged that one as well. All right, that was my used book sale haul for the past month or so. Um, and I thought I did pretty good. I was pretty thrilled. I was really hoping for a few more from that library book sale, but with everything that I found at the other places as well, I'm pretty happy with what I've got. So, that is my whole pile here. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm looking here to see if I missed anything, but no, I didn't. All right. As you know, we like to finish with what we're reading now. Megan says she maybe bought Swallows and Amazons on Audible. I do think that was a possibility. I think I didn't want to do that, and that's why maybe I I couldn't find it. But I have it now in CD. So, all right, I'm gonna take a sip of tea and let you have a minute if you would like to share what you're reading now. I always love to get recommendations from you and see what everybody's reading. And then I will share kind of what's going on in my reading life right now. Um, yeah, I'll give you a minute. I'm gonna take a sip. All right. So, what I'm reading now. This is kind of a usually I have one book that I just hold up. This is a complicated question this evening. So, I just finished a couple books, which I've told you about last week. I think I told you about A Blunt Instrument by Georgette Heyer. That's my July read. Um, I finished that. The blog post for that one is going up this Saturday. So that one is done. Of course, I'm still reading the Moffats with all of my subscribers. I do like a commentary for my subscribers. So that'll be coming out on Sunday for the subscribers. And I'm in the midst of that. I think I told you that I was reading In This House of Breed. As like a slow read through the whole summer. So I didn't want to pick that one up to show you right now because I've just been reading that for weeks. So I'm kind of in between books. I just finished a book this afternoon that I am that you're going to be seeing at Small Home Comforts. Let's just say that going to be seen at Small Home Comforts in the next few months. So I can't share the title of that one. So there's a lot kind of going on in my reading life. But the one that I thought that I would share tonight, and I'm a little like late on this, I am halfway through Auntie Mame. By Patrick Dennis. So this was the Cozy Reader book club that Rebecca and Jen do on YouTube. No, not on YouTube. I'm sorry. On their Instagram, they talk about it, and then there's a meeting once a month. I did go to the online meeting, even though I hadn't finished the whole thing. I did read half, and I wanted to see what other people said. And there were some, all sorts of different opinions. Um, I can't speak to the whole book because I haven't read all of it. I probably will finish it. So that's why I'm using it as a currently reading because I'm halfway through and I probably will read. But this one is called An Irreverent Escapade. And my comment on that would be that it is pretty irreverent. It does have some situations, it does have some language that I would say maybe requires some discretion and a knowledge of what you prefer in your reading life and what kind of situations you're comfortable with and what kind of language you're comfortable with. So far, I haven't. put it down. So far, I have laughed out loud at some of the ridiculous situations. I will say that I loved the movie with oh my goodness, her name is escaping me right now. Rosalind Russell. Rosalind Russell. I love the movie, and so I keep seeing her in the title role here. I probably will continue, so that's why I'm saying I'm currently reading it. But those are my thoughts on Auntie Mame. So, all right, let's see what you guys are reading. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Megan is currently reading The Moffats and Fear Stalks a Village. The Moffats, of course, I am reading too. I started Fear Stalks a Village and I could not, I didn't have time to keep going. I wanted to. I was listening to it on audiobook, and I'm going to miss gonna miss the meeting with that one, unfortunately, but I hope to get to it sometime. But something had to go, and unfortunately, that one was the one. So I hope to get back to that one though, Megan. It was good for the first couple chapters. Fishback Rachel is reading An Improper Agreement. I don't know that one, Rachel. I don't know. Maybe I would know it if I heard the author, but I do not know that one. Tell us how it is. Is it good? Amanda is reading some books to prepare for the school year. She's in a bit of a slump as to what to read for herself. Any recommendations for light, happy books would be greatly appreciated. Well, you said that you liked Pollyanna. So let me think. Light, happy books for do you usually when people talk about a reading slump, I would say either do a reread of something that you know you love, or do something that like is in a genre that you know you love that would be easy to get into. So you said you liked Pollyanna. So I'm trying to think. Let me think about it, Amanda, and see if I can come up with something. Does anybody have a recommendation for Amanda? We know she likes Pollyanna. She wants something light and happy. Um, what about a Betsy Tacy book? What about oh, here, I know. What about Carney's House Party? Not Winona's Party Cart. Don't read that one. But Carney's House Party is perfect for summer. Did we talk about this Amanda? I talked to somebody about this. That would be an awesome one, and it's set during the summer months when it's hot, so it's a perfect like summer read. It would be light and fun with happiness and a little bit of romance. Um, what about Carney's House Party? Tell me what you think. That would be my recommendation, but I can't remember if maybe you said that you were reading that one already. So, um, Karen is reading Love and Friendship and Other Early Works by Jane Austen. She's reading The Moffats, and she's reading Emma M. Lyon, Volume 7. I finished Emma M. Lyon, Volume 7. I am so looking forward to having a conversation about that. Interesting that you should say Jane Austen, Karen, because I wanted to pick up Love and Friendship too. So here's Love and Friendship here. After our talk about, with Jane Austen last week, um, that is the only one that I think that I haven't read all the way through. I read Lady Susan, and I think maybe that's in there. But I was just listening to the Jane Austen year on the podcast that I was talking about last week. I was just listening to it today, and they said that today, July 24th, I'm sorry, was the burial day, the day that Jane Austen was buried. So I was thinking about Jane Austen today. I was thinking about reading Jane Austen, and Love and Friendship was the one I was going to pick up. So, Karen, you and I are always just like on the same wavelength. So, if I do, we'll have to talk about that, Karen. Karen said she enjoyed Auntie Mame last year. I am laughing at it, but it's hard to recommend not knowing what everybody's threshold is. So, um, Amanda says that sounds delightful, that she loves sweet romances. Amanda, if you haven't read it, you might love it. I would love to know if you do read it. All right, over here on YouTube, Rebecca is reading Candle Island by Lauren Wolk, a recently published middle grade novel set in Maine. It's very cozy. Oh my goodness, Rebecca, I'm writing this down right now. I love cozy books. Candle Island. I love cozy books and I love middle grade. So, Lauren Is everybody else writing this down so we can all look it up? Wolk, Wolk. I'm going to look that up, Rebecca. Thank you for the recommendation. And Teresa is reading Emma M. Lyon Volume 2. Oh, yay, that's a good one. Long Winter. Oh, another good one. And The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. Or Eco? I do not know that one. That's a new one to me. So oh, it's awesome. I feel like it's door number one, door number two, door number three for me. And I know two of them. So door number three, that sounds The Name of the Rose, Umberto Eco. Do you guys all have your pens writing down? You have the best recommendations. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. We have gone a little longer tonight than normal, but there were just so many titles tonight. So it was fun to chat with you. This has been lovely. Thank you so much for being here. I think we'll end it there because everybody um, has shared their currently reading. And yeah, we'll just end it there. So until next time, cheers with the tea. I hope you are enjoying a lovely evening. Thank you for joining me here. It's always such a pleasure to have you. I'm glad you're here. All right.